never gave anything to anyone, not even to those in dire need. She used to trample on the peasants' rights, the hard-earned fruit of their year-round labor. She made fun of monks and nuns, found ways to tease them and interrupt their religious activities. She secretly put meat, forbidden in the monks' diet, into their rice and offered it to other monks. She never helped one soul or donated even a penny to the poor. She spoke ill of God and treated all saints and sages with contempt. All the while, she had a bell to command her son's attention. Hangday's son, named was a warrior during the night, but a devoted Buddhist monk during the day. He went throughout the town and endeavored to correct the error of his mother's evil ways. He collected the rice that was on the floor and put it back in place. He took the meat out of the bowls before it reached the monks' mouths. He greeted the stranger on the street and gave him money and food. His tardiness was never accepted by his mother. He tried to persuade her to mend her evil ways, but his efforts were in vain. As one young man was crying out of frustration, Hangday suffered from a stroke and passed away due to high blood pressure. Zayn carried his mother to her deathbed to die peacefully. When Hangday died, she was confined to hell. As punishment for the evil deeds of her previous life, she was forced to sit on spikes and thorns while bearing a basin of blood. As she was sitting, the demons would taunt her, point at her, and call her names. All the while, she suffered hunger and thirst. For every bit of food touched her lips turned to fire or melted to blood. Using his supernatural powers, Muklein transported himself to hell to find his mother. There, he was stricken with sorrow as he watched her suffer. He wanted to share his mother's agony, but he could not. He tried everything he could, but nothing worked. Not even his supernatural powers. In the face of providence, Muklein was powerless. Muklein went to Buddha for help. He implored Buddha for clemency toward his mother. He told him of the situation, but his efforts were futile. He thought for hours in order to come up with a plan. After much time, Buddha came up with a plan that would not only help his mother, but everyone else in Vietnam. Buddha told Muklein,
"If you want to save your mother from hell, you will have to organize a ceremony called Vu Lan on the 15th day of the 7th month of the lunar year. If you don't, your mother will suffer for eternity."
Adhering to Buddha's teachings, Muklein started his journey back to Earth. On this day, he was to pray and give charity to the poor to deliver his mother retribution. Meanwhile, as Hangday suffered in hell, She came to understand what it means to be hungry and in pain. Remorse over her past overcame her, and her evil nature gradually turned to good. Touched by Liam's piety and his mother's repentance, Buddha told Liam,
Your mother can now be released from hell. Now go, get your mother.
She was permitted to return to Earth with her son. From then on, Hangdex lived a life as a pious and charitable woman. She was devoted to Buddha and to helping those in need. The story of her ordeal spread throughout the land, and people who heard her story followed in her footsteps, doing good and avoiding evil. As Bulan became widely known, a tradition established itself. On the 15th day of the 7th month of the lunar year, sons and daughters give alms to the poor and erect altars to celebrate. The end.
It's supposed to be boo, but we didn't get a good start to that. So can you just do one time just so I know that it would have worked if I wanted to? Can we ever go boo when I lift the boo sign up? And then yay when I turn around? No, it would have never worked. It never would have worked. Okay, thanks guys for clearing it off. Okay.
Well, now as I'm sure a lot of your favorite